last week, I'm going to be doing a video every Sunday consistently, and I'll be talking about the things that I thought about during the week, thoughts that I've had, and my opinions on things. So, this Sunday, let me get right into it. I wanted to talk about something that I have been thinking about this week, especially going to places like Reddit and reading people's posts and things like that. I thought, why do folks want to leave their body? A very simple question. Why do you want to leave your body? For what purpose? And so I was thinking, what are the things that I see most consistently? And the first thing I wanted to talk about was something that I saw actually on the subreddit on Astral Projection. Someone was talking about how they were able to attain wealth through being able to leave their body. And I found that to be quite interesting. And I thought, I wonder what I think about that, because, honestly, in the 40 plus years that I've done this, I've never even attempted something like that, to do what this person was suggesting. For example, being able to perhaps go into the future and see stock picks or Bitcoin, to see where that's going to be, or to see lottery numbers, things like that. This person said that they were able to do this and that they had proof and that they had really made a lot of money doing this. So I thought to myself, I wonder, would I even be interested in doing something like that? I'm certain that I have friends, I'm thinking of friends right now who would say, well, you'd have to be crazy not to want to do it. But I am, I guess, a different kind of person. Well, let me talk about let me talk about this. So, first of all, I don't know if I tried doing this. I to be honest, sure, I think that if I tried to do it, if I made an attempt, I could. But I've never tried it, and I don't know if I would be able to do what I needed to do and to be able to perceive, maybe not to do, but to perceive what I'd have to be able to perceive. There have been times I've talked to you about a time or times when I've gone back through time. There was one video that I made a while ago where I went back through time and I was trying to read the registration on the back of a car, and the numbers, I couldn't get them right. I couldn't focus, and they were all like, in reverse, or, it was unreadable, let's just say. So I don't know if I would be able to, say, go into the future, see something, and then bring it back. I'm not exactly sure, but let's go with this. Let's say that I did have the ability to do something like that. Let's just assume it. I think that anything is possible. So let's talk about it for a second. I have to say that first, my feeling is that I have been given access to being able to do this. This is an amazing, amazing gift. And my first thought is, was I given this gift to be able to to get rich? It doesn't. That's definitely something that doesn't feel right to me. That was why I was given the ability to do what I can do. To me, there are more important things that go beyond the 3D, like exploring different realities, learning significant lessons, and honestly, most importantly, attempting to assist you as I've been guided to do. And this is something that I have, I think, spoken about before. Perhaps not a lot, but yeah, you know what? I was guided to do this from the very beginning, to assist you, to help you, to be there for you, and to do what I could to help you. I mean, obviously, I won't be able to answer all questions. And, as I've said before, the more that I explore, the more that I go out there, the more that I feel that I don't know much at all. I'm humbled by it all. But if there is a way that I can help you, well, that's what I think I am here to do. Also, I would feel, by the way, and this is the last part to this little section here, I would feel as if I was cheating. And for those of you, those folks that know me, this is so me, that I would feel guilty that I was somehow cheating because other people didn't have access and weren't able to do this. So then I'm coming in and I'm doing this. I'm looking at lottery numbers or whatever. Other people, they guess every week. They spend all this money to win the lottery, and they're only able to depend on these guests. But I am able to actually see what it is, whether it be stock picks or whatever. And I would feel guilty. I think for me, it would ruin any fun that I might have with the money, because I'd always be thinking I cheated. So let's talk about the second reason why you might want to astral project. I believe I also saw this question on subreddit where, actually, I've seen multiple questions like this. People have asked, well, if you can astral project, will other things be enhanced? Would you be able to perhaps communicate with spirit beings when you're in the conscious world, when you're walking around? Or, maybe you would develop some ability to be able to pick up on people's thoughts, things like that. And so I imagine that people think, well, it'd be kind of interesting to be able to bring these abilities back or enhance them. I can say that for me, of course, after my accident, I was able to do this beyond body thing, where I'm able to not only observe, looking into a window and see these other physical realities, I can also visit them and participate in these realities. Also, I have been able to sense spirit beings, something that I didn't feel that I was able to do before the accident and before the beyond body stuff really started. And so I've been able to do that. And also with emotions, I've always been able to sense people's emotions, but it has definitely gotten stronger since then. So is this why you would like to do it? I mean, do you want to be able to bring something back, to be able to do these things? You should think about it. Really sit and think about it. Well, for me, while it's been amazing, I have connected with spirit beings. One that comes to mind all the time, I miss her so much, Mito, the young Japanese girl that I connected with, that told me that Godzilla had thrown her off a mountain when I asked her how she passed. She was obviously joking, but it was, the connection I had with her was amazing, and eventually she moved on, as spirit beings do, and I miss her. I do miss her, but so that was an amazing experience. But let me tell you that it hasn't always been amazing. So you should really think about this, if this is what you want from astral projection, because I have talked about, at times, the fact that at my job, I have sensed spirit beings, and I have sensed some very disturbing things. I haven't always shared them here on this channel because I don't feel that it's beneficial to share this stuff. Some of the stuff has been really bad, and some of the stuff has really disturbed me. And you have to think to yourself that when you do this, you are opening a door in your conscious life to something that could be amazing at times, but could also perhaps bother you, or disturb you at times, because the area that I work in that place, who knows what it was 1,000 years, 100 years before, and I don't know what happened there, but my sense has been that there were some terrible things that happened. So think about those things if that's what you want to do. The third reason I'd like to talk about would be connecting with loved ones, and this is a big one. So many folks have lost their mother, their father, their girlfriend, boyfriend, best friend, and they wish to leave their body in order to connect with them, perhaps give them a last hug or kiss or a last goodbye. A few things with this. So those of you who watched my previous video, you know that I recently visited a friend that passed and was able to shake this person's hand, to hug him. It was a great feeling, but I have to tell you, if the only reason that you want to leave your body is to visit someone that you've lost, I really, really want you to give it some thought. I'd like to give an example, something that I've talked about quite a few times, my connection that I had with my grandmother when I visited her. It was amazing, and I could still sense and feel the love that she had for me, but there was more. When I visited her, I could sense that there was more to her. Now she had expanded, and it was a different kind of a sense. She wasn't just my grandmother, and perhaps in my mind, I missed it just being my grandmother. I suppose that she knew all of the the answers to all the profound questions that we think about here in the 3D world, about purpose and why all this was created and all those things. She understands that. She understands her true essence. So there was a difference seeing her. And again, this is something that I want you to think about. Not to say that your loved one wouldn't be exactly the same as you remember them, but I want you to consider that this being no longer has a body, and so they understand many, many, many things. And there may be differences now with that person. Also, visiting someone in this way and saying goodbye might cause even more pain, depending on the relationship that you had with this person. There's so many things to consider. So while I think it can be quite a beautiful thing to do this, it may not be exactly what you think it's going to be. It certainly wasn't for me. So these are things that I think you should consider. Also, with the latest connection that I had with my really good friend, I waited for that person to basically come to me and to make the decision as to when they felt comfortable visiting and connecting with me. And I truly recommend this because I think that there is a transition that happens when someone passes, so that even if you want to visit that loved one, you might want to give them time, and you might want to put out there and say, hey, look, I'm open to visiting and connecting with you when you are ready. So finally, the reason that I do astral projection, exploration and discovery, I have visited some amazing, amazing places that I never could have imagined existed. And doing this has helped me to have a deeper understanding of this world and a deeper understanding of myself. So, anyway, thank you so much for coming on another journey with me. And until next time, take care.